What is up, you glorious savages? Today we're going to talk about happiness, and the way I'm going to talk about it is going to probably initially annoy and piss some of you off, but if you stick around, I really think it's going to help you, so please do that. What else? Please check out the website, traviscrutcher.com. Easy to remember, especially for me, because it is my name.com. Don't go to my name.com. I have no idea what you find. Go to traviscrutcher.com. Click around, coaching, podcast stuff. What else? One-on-one stuff, group stuff. We got the keynotes. We got workshops. So check that out. Also, follow me on social media, please and thank you. Which one? All of them. Yeah, I'm on all of them. I don't do stuff on all of them all the time. I do stuff on Facebook and Instagram. I occasionally go to Twitter, but those are the big two. Facebook. I actually interact with people. I'm not a dork, okay? I don't have someone else doing that for me. So if you do follow me, please don't be a dick about it. Anyway, I'm going to now shut up so I can thereby talk some more.
Welcome to Not Sorry with Travis Crutcher, the show where Travis will say some things that might trigger you, offend you, make you laugh, or even motivate you. So, if you are not easily offended, stick around and enjoy. On the other hand, if you are easily offended, listen anyway. Then go tell everyone how triggered you were. Either way, you can be certain of one thing: Travis is not sorry.
All right, here we go. So happiness. That's what we're talking about today. And like I said at the beginning, it could piss a lot of you off, but here's a spoiler for you. You don't need a reason to be happy. I know it's crazy, but you don't need the perfect circumstances. You don't need everyone around you to act right, okay? You don't need everything to go your way. If you want to be happy, then fucking be happy. It's a choice, period. But most people are sitting around waiting for permission to be happy. They're waiting for the right conditions. They're waiting for other people to change. Good luck with that. Or they're just waiting for life to get easier. Dude, stop waiting. Stop waiting. You've got to start choosing, okay? The first thing is this whole permission problem, okay? And I see this everywhere. So it's not gender specific, job specific. It's not that. People who think they need a reason to be happy. And I've heard them all, right? I'll be happy when I get the promotion. Or I'll be happy when I lose some weight. I'll be happy when my spouse changes. Dog, gents, ladies, not happening, right? I'll be happy when the kids are older. Or I'll be happy when I have more money. Bullshit, dude. Bullshit. You're making happiness conditional on things you can't control. I was working with a client who was miserable because her coworkers were negative. Talking about, how can I be happy when I'm surrounded by toxic people all day? You kidding me? So you're giving them control over your emotional state. You're letting people you don't even like determine how you feel. And when we talk about that hit her hard because that's exactly what she was doing. Look, your happiness is not dependent on other people's behavior. It's not dependent on the perfect circumstances, okay? Your happiness isn't dependent on anything. It's not dependent on everything going right. Your happiness is dependent on one thing and one thing only, and that is your choice to be happy. And I know it sounds easy, but it truly is, right? What about circumstances? That's a trap people get stuck in. So let's talk about that. This idea that you need the circumstances to be just so, to be happy. And look, man, I know people who have everything going for them, who are fucking miserable. I know people who've been faced incredible challenges who choose joy every day, okay? It's their choice. Their circumstances are not what is deciding whether they're happy or not. I worked with a dude who was waiting to be happy until his business hit 7 figures. Like, it really felt like that was what he was waiting on. Then he hit 7 figures, and he was still a miserable ass because now he's worried about maintaining it. I know parents who say things like they're going to be happy when their kids are older, right, or less demanding because little ones are tough. Then their kids get older, and what? Well, they miss when they were little. I mean, here's the truth. There will always be something wrong with your circumstances. There's always going to be stress. There will always be challenges, okay? There will always be things that you freaking wish were different. And if you're waiting for perfect circumstances to be happy, you will never, ever, ever be happy. What's happening to you, it's about what you choose to focus on, okay? What about other people? This is huge. I mean, this is everybody, right? This is the biggest happiness killer, making your emotional state dependent on other people. Like, my boss is an asshole, so I can't be happy at work. My spouse is stressed out, so I have to be stressed too. No, you don't. My kids are acting up, so I'm miserable. My friends are negative, so I feel negative. The list goes on and on and on. You're giving people way too much power over your life if that's how you're doing it. Why are you letting someone else's bad day ruin your good day? Doesn't make any sense. They can be miserable all by themselves. Why are you letting someone else's attitude determine your attitude? Why letting someone else's choices control your emotions? It doesn't make any sense to me. I had a client whose mother was constantly critical. I'm talking every conversation left her feeling terrible about herself. And her thing was like, well, I can't be happy when my mom's always putting me down. Dude, so you're going to let your mom control your happiness for the rest of your life? Like, I asked her that, and that's when it clicked. She realized she was giving her mother power over her entire emotional state. Other people are going to do what other people are going to do, man. You can't control that. But you can control how you respond. You can control what you choose to focus on. You can control what you let affect you. Because it is a choice, right? And that is the reality. Here's what most people don't want to hear. Most folks I work with don't want to hear that happiness is a choice. It's not a feeling. It's not a circumstance. It's a choice. Every morning you wake up, you get to choose your attitude. Every interaction you have, you get to choose your response. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to not be an asshole back, right? Every challenge you face, you get to choose your perspective. And I hear some of you already, but Travis, you don't understand my situation. You're right. I don't. But I understand what choice is, and I understand that you have more control over happiness than you think. Now look, I'm not saying ignore real problems. I'm not saying pretend everything is perfect. I'm saying don't let problems steal your ability to find joy. You can acknowledge challenges and still choose happiness. I promise you, it's difficult, but it is doable. You can deal with those difficult people and still choose to have some peace, man. Can face setbacks. I do it all the time and still choose optimism. The key is understanding that your emotional state is your responsibility, not your circumstances' responsibility, not other people's responsibility. It's yours. When you take ownership of your happiness, everything changes. It is one of the most liberating fucking things on the planet. So how are we going to do this, right? How are we going to actually choose happiness when everything else feels hard? Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stop waiting for permission. You don't need a reason to be happy. You don't need the thing. You don't need the stuff. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need everyone else to be happy first. Second is take ownership. Your happiness is your responsibility, okay? So stop blaming circumstances for your emotional state. Stop giving people control over how you feel. Third, focus on what you can control, right? Like your attitude, your responses, your perspective, your choices. That shit's on you. And fourth, because this shit is hard, practice it daily, okay? Choose happiness when you wake up. Choose happiness when things go wrong. Choose happiness when people disappoint you. Choose happiness because you can, okay? It's not about being fake positive. It's about being intentionally joyful despite the imperfect circumstances that the world is going to throw at you every day. Look, dude, here's the bottom line. You don't need a reason to be happy. You don't need permission to have joy. You don't need perfect circumstances to find peace. Stop. Stop waiting for life to give you reasons to be happy. Stop chasing shit to fill that void. Stop letting other people control your emotional state. Stop making your happiness conditional on things you can't control. Just choose it. Just choose to be happy right fucking now, today, in this exact moment, because happiness, my friends, is not something that happens to you. It's something you choose for yourself, and you deserve to be happy. Everyone does, regardless of what's happening around you. Cool? So look, if you dug this, if it hit home, please share it with somebody else, and I will talk to you guys next time. Later.